supporters of mass transit reform in the state of Illinois and a tax increase to pay for it are continuing their push despite their measure not making it across the finish line before the end of legislative session. Welcome back. It's Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. As we look at all the measures that passed the State House before the May 31st deadline, we've got a whole slew of them all lined up for the governor to sign. One of them being obviously the budget. Senate Bill 2510 is on the governor's desk, and that is the appropriations bill that includes tax increases on tobacco, tax increases on sports betting, all kinds of different changes to corporate income taxes. That's going to mean more collections for the state, about $1 billion worth of increased taxes and collections for the state to spend a $55.2 billion budget, the most expensive spending plan in state history. So that's on the governor's desk, as is House Bill 850, which supporters say is going to give the FOID card holders in this state more due process if they get revoked or suspended. Others say it's not really due process if you have an administrative hearing without the individual facing charges having their rights taken away. So we'll see how those go, but those are on the governor's desk. What's not going to be on the governor's desk anytime soon is the transit consolidation and what some are calling the pizza tax, the $1.50 for each individual retail delivery. And last night, you had a couple of state senators hold a town hall of sorts, or an informational, virtual informational session about the proposed transit bailout, people are calling. You have State Senator Sarah Feigenholtz and State Senator Villum. They talked about the, quote, investment that they're hoping to make into mass transit. Again, this comes from $1.50 per retail delivery. Doesn't matter if it's a $3,000 TV or a $10 pizza. Each would have $1.50 on it. And people are saying that's a regressive tax. But it would also have a tax on electric vehicle charging facilitators. So you're getting all this money, it's $1.5 billion when the fiscal cliff for Chicago Transit is like, $770 million. Here's Sarah Feigenholtz and Villum last night talking about this. And let's roll the tape.
The funding, this legislation represents the most unprecedented amount of funding from the state level that public transit has seen, again, since its inception four decades ago. It's a $1.5 billion investment in our public transit system. And I'm so grateful for Sarah's support because there was many that said, let's just give them the bare minimum. Let's fill the hole for next year. Let's not tackle the bigger issues, right? And another thing that we've heard, or another piece that we heard from all of our constituents is we want a system not just for tomorrow, but for the next 3 decades, right? For the next several decades. And this transformational investment of $1.5 billion, what does that mean? That means more frequency. That means bus rapid transit. That means creating new service. And for example, the suburbs. Right now, CTA serves 35 suburbs. They have the charge to serve all of suburban Cook County, right? They just haven't gotten there yet. And so this type of transformational investment can lead to new opportunities. Why is that important? Well, the last piece I'll say, and we can go to more of a discussion, is we have to acknowledge that our travel patterns are changing. That's what we've learned through this process. It used to be that people, you would come downtown from the suburbs and go back out. It's changed. People want to do more neighborhood to neighborhood transit. People want to do more suburb to suburb transit and collar county to collar county transit, right? If I want to visit my mom in Naperville and then go to Chicago Botanical Garden, we should be able to do that, right? And right now,
and a lot of the conversation's been around consolidation, trying to get all of the different transit agencies on the same page, trying to make it to where you buy one ticket and then you don't have to do transfers to another facility or anything like that. So, I mean, there's some noble efforts there for sure, but how do you pay for it? And where's all this money? Why is this money needed? Sarah Feigenholtz saying that the $750 million fiscal cliff is because of COVID-19 relief dollars from 2020 and 2021?
Federal COVID support funds are running out at the end of this calendar year. 5. Ridership has not returned to pre-COVID levels, which reduces the amount of money we bring in at the fare box. And we're not cutting RTA's budget.
So you've got the call for these dollars. They didn't get it during spring session. Now you've got questions of what kind of service cuts are there going to be? Are they going to increase rates to have those who actually use it pay for it, rather than people who live in Southern Illinois paying $1.50 per pizza delivery to pay for mass transit in the Chicago suburbs? Earlier this week, Republicans held a news conference, like an end of session wrap up, and you had the conversation amongst State Senator Sally Turner, State Representatives Regan Deering and Bill Howder, talking about the $1.50 tax on retail delivery. And again, this did not pass.
The other part that was going to affect all of us was $1.50 on each delivery that you got at your home from Amazon, from the delivery guy at Walgreens, from the Target delivery. All of those things, we're going to have a service tax of $1.50 on every package that was going to be dropped at our door. That should have sent alarm bells up to everyone to pay attention to that. Because if you're the mom that's running late, getting home from work, and you forgot to get your kids diapers, and you have that delivered, that's another $1.50 for you that you have to pay in tax.
It's gonna happen? Is it not gonna happen? When are we gonna see this thing come back up? The spring legislative session is over. That finished up June 1st at 2:30 in the morning. The House and Senate did schedule their fall veto session, so that's gonna be 2 weeks in October. So we'll have some legislative activity in October. Could they bring this up again? Likely. Will it be modified a bit? Possibly. We'll be watching that closely. Or could they come back for a special session this summer? I guess that depends on what happens with the so-called big, beautiful bill over in Washington, D.C. A lot of stuff for us to continue to monitor, and I hope it's informative for you waking up each and every morning here with Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and wake up with us each and every weekday morning. Get the newsletter at thecentersquare.com. Get the podcast where you get podcasts. Just search Illinois in Focus, and wake up with us right here on YouTube.